Well, look here. Guess who's number one in the Nielsen ratings again?
97.7.
All righty, folks, we're back with you. This next young man we got on, you probably remember him in Pony Boy. How about that? From the movie Outsiders, or maybe the Reaper in the show Criminal Minds, not to mention Rae Dawn, one of my favorites, and one of my major favorites is Tank with James Garner. But now we're going to add singer-songwriter to the list, Mr. Thomas Howell. What's up, man?
How are you, sir?
Man, we up and going this morning. Just tickled to death, get to talk to you. How you been doing?
Oh, gosh, just trying to stay warm. I woke up here in Franklin, Tennessee with snow all over the place. Didn't know what to do.
I'm with you on that. We're lucky down here in Georgia, man. It was gone in one day. So it was here and gone, and that's the way I like it. Man, I've got to say,
I don't got to go out and chop wood in it, but I like it.
Yeah, it's all right when you're on the inside looking out, but when you're on the outside looking in, it's a whole lot different. But golly, man, what a career you have had in the movie business. We'll get to the music here shortly, but I was just blown away when I found out that you actually was you were the kid in Tank that James Garner saved.
This is true, my friend. I mean, that wouldn't be the credit I'd hang my hat on, but this is true. I was the kid in Tank. It was shot that in Atlanta, Georgia, back in, I think, 84.
Yeah, golly. I'm a huge actually, today's Gigi Garner, his daughter's birthday. She's 64 years old today. But
you know, God bless that woman. And her daddy was the nicest man in the world. He really took me in under his wing. And when I was real impressionable and needing a good example, he was the one to take care of that for me, and I sure did appreciate that at the time.
But now you were in Rae Dawn also, right?
Oh yes, sir. Wolverine.
There you go. That was a big, huge hit, man. Back in, you've had.
Well, I reckon everybody with a hunting cabin's got a copy of Rae Dawn in it.
Yeah, they do. Now, do you hunt? Tell me some of it. Do you hunt?
You know, when I grew up on a ranch, and all my family are cowboys, and all my family are bow hunters. Right. I'm the guy that makes sure the fire's going when you get back. I just don't enjoy, wearing deer urine and hanging out for 9 hours in a tree house. But maybe that'll change. Just right now, I got other things I'd rather do.
Yeah, hey, I'm with you, man. I guarantee you, I'm the guy that sits back at the camp and eats everybody's little Debbies while they're gone.
I got to ask Tommy this question because I read that you're a team roper.
That's correct.
That's correct. I'm sorry, but you have to be a big fan then of Yellowstone.
You know, it's funny that you even say that because I'm so close. Cowboying is such a part of my life and such a major part of my identity and my family. You would think I'd run to something like Yellowstone, but I have a little bit of an aversion to it. And I still haven't wrapped my arms around it. I have been watching 1883, though, and I'm a big Sam fan, man.
Oh, man, everybody loves Sam.
Is he not kicking ass? Can you tell that I'm not a Sam fan?
You got the mustache, man. You're looking good. I guarantee you that. Yeah, I don't know, man. They killed the guy that helped Nicolas Cage out and Gone in 60 Seconds last night, so I don't know if I'm ever going to watch it again. I'm mad.
Isn't it nice, though, that a rural piece is so popular on television? It's just a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it is. It's huge. There's no doubt about it. It's huge. So now you've actually got, I did not know that you were in the music, but you actually got in the, is this something you've done your entire life, or is this something you've kind of decided?
No, sir. Quite the opposite. I grew up in a musicalist home. In fact, my daddy was a professional bull rider for 12 years, and I spent a lot of time on the road. And I didn't even know music came out of that squawk box till I was probably 9 years old.
Right.
But when COVID hit, things kind of changed, to be honest with you. And I've had an idea brewing about a film that I'd like to make that sets around a former country music singer that kind of gave it all up to become cowboy and train horses, and it's something that I really am wanting to do, and I want it to be authentic. And the horse stuff is going to be as real as it gets because I grew up horseback riding and rodeoing.
Right.
But the guitar playing and the singing was something that I just didn't want to fake. So I picked up the guitar about a little over a year ago, thinking, well, I'll take a year and try to figure out how to play a song or two, and maybe I can fake my way through this movie. And lo and behold, I fell in love with.
Oh yeah, I can agree with that.
With playing, and I took to it quickly. I didn't anticipate ever being in front of people or singing for people, but I'll tell you what, a year later, we're on a tour bus and we're going from city to city, and I got my own band and I'm banging it out. And it's a dream come true, to be honest with you.
Folks, we're talking to Thomas Howell. Go to ThomasHowellMusic.com and check him out.
Tommy Howell.
TommyHowell.com, and you can.
And there's something there, you know. It's just for the lack that clear up the confusion there. A lot of people say, well, why are you going as Tommy Howell all of a sudden when we've known you to see Thomas Howell? Well, I would see Thomas Howell because my father is a stunt man, and we're in the same union, Screen Actors Guild, and we couldn't have the same name, and I'm a junior, basically. And instead of being a junior, he just hung the initial on me at a young age. So it was something my daddy did. But, you know, there's a little bit of pretense that comes with that initial in front of your name, and that's something I didn't want to have, trying to sing country music and tell stories. And everybody calls me Tommy anyway. Everybody's called me Tommy since I was a little kid. Right. So it just kind of made sense. But if there's any confusion at all, it's one and the same.
You know, this now in this movie you're gonna shoot, if you need anybody to die, trust me, I do good. I'm
really?
Yeah, I've been killed a couple of times, and so I die.
Yeah.
I mean, I die like really good. But now the horseback riding stuff, you're gonna have to duct take me on. I'm not very good.
Let me tell you, if I die, maybe I'll just roll over there and get a good lesson from you.
There you go. I guarantee you, I can teach you. But man, you know, I tried that horseback stuff for a while. I thought, man, I want to be a cowboy, and I bought me a couple of horses and about got killed. And then I decided, well, that's enough for me. So
I'll tell you what, them cowboys are the toughest son of guns I ever seen. I mean, I watch these football games, and you see a guy who's got, my pinky hurts, I can't play. You got these cowboys now. I mean, they'd have to be dead to not get on a bull. Right.
I'm with you. Ain't no way you couldn't hog tie me on a bull. I guarantee it. So, but now you're touring now. I mean, you're actually touring. We need to take a short break and come back because you're actually going to be in our part of the country here this weekend, is it?
I'm up there all the time. I've spent about 6 years in Blue Ridge. I lived up there, and I got some dear friends up there, and I go play a place up there called The Joint, where I get to just go be myself and try new things, and we just have a damn good time. We're going to be there on this weekend, and I'm super excited on the 8th.
All right. Well, let's get to a short break. We'll come back. We'll talk about that. And
thank you.
All right, just hold on right there. Hey,
sure.
Folks, thank you for spending a little time with us. And remember, you can tune in every morning at WJULradio.com at 8 a.m. Eastern. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, The Morning Dish. All righty, folks, we're back with you. We're sitting on the phone. We're talking to, we're actually live streaming this too on the Steve Phillips of The Morning Dish. And we are talking to Tommy Howell. Go to TommyHowellMusic.com, and he is going to be coming into Blue Ridge, Georgia this weekend. So tell us a little about the show, when it's going to be, and who you're going to be with.
Well, it's going to be Saturday night. Little local boy by the name of Kurt Thomas, a good friend of mine. He's a heck of a singer and a songwriter. And I've known Kurt for a pretty good spell. And about, I guess it was last February, we started working together a little bit and writing a couple songs and playing. And we sure do have a great time. He's a great guy. And it's one of my favorite venues to play, to tell you the truth. It's extremely intimate.
Right.
There's a real focus on storytelling. And it's sort of like an evening in my living room, to be honest with you, at the Joint there in Blue Ridge. It's at Mystic Pizza. It's a great, great venue. Holds about 100 people. There's still a couple of tickets left. We sure would like you to come down. And I share stories about my career, working with people like, I was fortunate enough to get a little taste of real Hollywood before it all ended. I did a film with Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah,
I did a film with Anne Margaret. I was able to work with the people that back when movies were special. Yeah. Today anybody with an iPhone can make a movie, and people are putting projects up that cost 5 cents, and everybody's a TikTok star, and it's a different world now.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, it was still special. There were still red carpets and limousines, and today it's all about Zoom and social distancing. It's a different world.
Yeah. Did you ever work with Nicolas Cage?
I never did a project with him, but
thank God.
Know him. Does he owe you some money?
Packy loves him, man. Packy's like, he's got a poster up in his office with Nicolas Cage.
What was it that made you Nick fan?
Well, I mean, besides the fact that he's the greatest actor of all time, I don't know.
Wow. Well, I don't know how to take that.
I wouldn't take it because he's being what we call sarcastic, man. I guarantee you.
Give me a film that he was great in.
Oh, National Treasure, man. Gosh, what a great movie.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, Packy's had a hard
Honeymoon in Vegas, man. Come on.
What about the Angel when he was in?
Oh,
yeah, that's awesome.
What was that? What was that? Raising Arizona. That was pretty good.
Raising Arizona was a great movie.
That's the only movie that he's ever been in.
And it's depressing as hell. But that one where he played that drunk in Vegas.
I know what you're talking about. The alcoholic thing, with the girl.
Man, I mean, like that was a real tough movie to watch, but a great performance.
Yeah.
Now it's coming all together why Packy likes him so much.
Man. We make fun of Packy.
I'm being sarcastic, but in a way, I'm not. He actually is a great actor. He just took a lot of bad roles to make up money that he owed.
Now you've been in some serious films.
You know, we all been there. I'll tell you something. That's a tough position to be in because when you're trying to manage your career, and I've never had to manage a career like that. I've been real blessed and lucky. I've never done anything but act and play music. And it's difficult. You get to a level where you have created a lifestyle for yourself like these guys, whether you're Johnny Depp or whoever the hell you are. It just, you get to a point where I think in your mind, you feel like it's never going to go away.
Oh, but everything ends.
This crap is finite, man. Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, it ends.
So now what?
And they don't understand that. Like these people should stick their money away. Stop buying islands and every color Mercedes that comes out and learn how to chop wood and carry water. I mean, I've never been happier than when I had my 20 acres right there in Blue Jay, and I was doing chores every day and just sinking my feet into the earth. And it really gave me a sense of who I was. And I think these people just lose themselves out there in Hollywood and become bigger than everybody else. And it comes crashing down, and that hurts, man. I tell you what, it hurts bad. Yeah. But up there in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Now you're down here. See what happened to you. You got down here in the Blue Ridge Mountains and got to breathe in some of this good, clean air, and it straightened your mind out.
Let me tell you something. You need a favor around there, people will show up. I mean, if I needed to knock a tree down, I had people show up with chainsaws and tractors and loaders and trucks and help. Out there in California, it's going to cost you $1,000 to cut a branch down, and then you got to wait in line for that. I mean, it's just a nightmare.
So what do you think was the biggest movie that really done? I mean, far as acting goes, that really, as far as your career goes, what was the biggest movie that you really enjoyed doing?
Well, I mean, I grew up in the business,
right?
So a lot of people ask me, what was your favorite movie? And that's tough to really say because it's like trying to pick a favorite child. You secretly you have one, but you can't really say you have one. You learn so much,
right?
And I have been blessed. I mean, I have been in one of the highest money makers ever made in ET, ever. Mm-hmm. And I have been in the worst piles of crap you could ever imagine. And I have learned so much from both and probably learned more from the bad ones than I did the good ones.
Yeah. You learn a lot of don'ts in life. I can tell you that.
Well, we were talking about Nick Cage and, what ends up happening is that when you become a lifer, when you do this for life, it's very difficult to sustain that edge of impeccability, like when Tom Hanks had that run, when you knew when the Tom Hanks film was coming out, it was just going to be awesome.
Oh yeah.
When you hit that stage, I've never hit that, by the way. When you hit that stage, there's a tremendous amount of pressure that comes with that. I've been blessed that at a real young age, I was a teen idol and was real hot at a young age. And I cooled down in my mid-20s to my mid-30s, and then, kind of figured it out again when I was 40, and now I'm 55, and I remember when I was 20, I read an article that Jack Nicholson did in the Rolling Stone magazine, and he talked about how it takes 25 years to really figure out what you're doing acting. And of course, when I was 20, I knew way more than Jack Nicholson ever did.
Oh yeah.
So I just rolled my eyes and shrugged and called him an old man or something like that. But lo and behold, was he correct? I mean, it takes a long time in this business to really figure out what you're doing. And if you can survive it, kudos to you. So many people go through, rehabs, divorces, bankruptcies. They lose themselves and they do other things, and rightfully so, because it's a crazy ass business. But I grew up with a rural background, a real strong-headed daddy that would not let me get ahead of myself or outgrow where I was from.
Well, that's a good thing. Yep, that's a good thing.
That gave me a real sense of who I was, and I think that authenticity gave me an edge with my work that still sustains me today.
Well, that's a good thing. You talk about your dad. I'll never forget my daddy told me, he said, and I tell my kids the same thing. He said, son, you'll never be too old for me to wear you out. And I'm telling you, he's 84 years old, and if he decided to wear me out, I guess I'd stand there and let him go at it.
My dad whooped my butt from here to Sunday. He's 75 years old and tough than shoe leather, but I respect him.
Oh, yeah.
That old school mentality doesn't exist anymore.
No, you're right.
That's the problem,
We live in this fake-ass cancel culture. These kids they haven't paid a bill or lived a life, and they want to point fingers and judge. And what the hell? How did that happen?
Well, Tommy, I think you'll agree with this, too. The older actors, I did a lot of animal work in the motion picture industry, and I was blessed to be able to meet people like Lloyd Bridges and the older actors who, one, it was a craft to them, but they never thought they were better than other people. And I think that's what we've lost now. In Hollywood, it's such a divide that these people actually think they are better than everybody else.
And they look at their work, it suffers, and their personal lives suffer.
Yep.
Everything suffers from that. They're missing out their own personal experiences where you're grounded and connected and able to talk to people and have a life where you exchange something, where you help them and they help you, and you're living life. So you've removed yourself from that experience, and now you're above all that, and you're sitting in a condominium alone by yourself, thinking about, changing your name from Frank to Betty, and that you identify on the inside as something that you ain't. You know what I mean? It's like,
I'm with you, man.
I don't know, folks.
Hey, man, we're getting close to a break. Let's talk again about, you're going to be in Blue Ridge. You play in Blue Ridge regularly. I did not know this. And but anyway, let's talk about that show just a little bit more before we go, where everybody know how to come down and check it out and come see you.
Well, when you come back from a break, we'll have a moment there.
No, we're fixing to have to end the thing. So all
right. Well, good. Listen, it's a great venue. It's gonna be 7 p.m. on the 8th. It's a place called The Joint. It's at Mystic Pizza. They got excellent food, and it's just good people. And like I said, I've lived there for about 6 years, and I live in Franklin now, Tennessee. So I'm about 3 hours away, and it's a spot for me to go with my band to try new things and to sort of fearlessly fail, if you will.
Yeah.
And that sort of closeness and love has created a really excellent spot to come and enjoy a night with us and listen to our stories and just watching us have a session, have a beer or a drink and a pizza, and really have a good time. And it's a good group of people. So we've done it. Now this is about our fourth show. So the people that are coming, we sort of built a really nice infrastructure, and it's a guaranteed good time. So if you have a moment, come on down. I think there's a few tickets left.
And that's Saturday
check
at
what
what time?
TommyHowellMusic.com for more information, or come check me out at Instagram, Tommy, the real C. Thomas Howell on Instagram. And if you get a moment, if you don't have time for that, I've got my first song on Spotify now. I finally made it to Spotify.
There you go. You're moving up in the world.
My very first song, it's Tommy Howell at Spotify. It's called Just a Man, and the song sort of chronicles my career a little bit, and sure had a fun time writing and performing that piece. So I hope someone gets a chance to listen to it.
There you go. Well, hopefully we'll see you down there Saturday, man. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. And Tommy,
Please come by if you can.
yeah, TommyHowellMusic.com. Go check him out. And Tommy, we appreciate you getting up and sharing a little bit of your story. We got to get you back on, man. You down here in Blue Ridge. You need to just swing by here and sit down with us. And yep,
I'll bring my mandolin player. We'll come in and we'll make some noise.
as long as you don't bring a banjo player, we're good. All right, man. You take care.
God bless.
Thank you for spending a little time with us. And remember, you can tune in every morning at WJULradio.com at 8 a.m. Eastern. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, The Morning Dish.